I'm BC Begley, and these are your news headlines for February the 2nd of 2023. Russian President Vladimir Putin invokes Stalingrad to predict a victory over the new Nazism that's inside Ukraine. So Russian President Vladimir Putin evoked the spirit of the Soviet army that defeated Nazi Germany forces at Stalingrad 80 years ago to declare on Thursday that Russia would defeat a Ukraine supposedly in the grip of a new incarnation of Nazism. A suspected Chinese spy balloon has been found over the northern part of the United States. The United States military has been monitoring a suspected Chinese surveillance balloon that has been hovering over the northern part of the U.S. for the past few days, and military and defense leaders have discussed shooting it out of the sky, according to 2 U.S. officials and a senior defense official. The House votes to remove Ilhan Omar from Foreign Affairs Committee. House Republicans on Thursday voted to kick Democratic Representative Ilhan Omar from the Foreign Affairs Committee over her anti-Semitic comments and chaotic scenes that played out in Congress. Gas stoves are back under scrutiny with new U.S. limits being proposed. Gas stoves are coming under fresh scrutiny as a second federal agency has now stepped into the political firestorm with a proposal for new regulations for the appliances. A New Jersey councilwoman was killed in a shooting outside of her home. A New Jersey councilwoman was shot and killed in a possible attack outside her home, an incident officials are calling, quote, shocking and, quote, senseless. The FBI to search former Vice President Mike Pence's Indiana home for additional classified materials. So the FBI is expected to search the former Vice President Mike Pence's Indiana home for classified material in the coming days. This is according to people familiar with the matter, as senior government officials come under increased law enforcement scrutiny of their handling of such documents. President Joe Biden's handwritten notes are part of the classified documents probe. United States President Joe Biden is a man who writes down his thoughts, and some of those handwritten musings over his decades of public service are now part of a special counsel's investigation into the handling of classified documents. Hunter Biden asks for a criminal probe into Trump allies for the theft of data from his laptop. So lawyers for Hunter Biden sent letters on Wednesday requesting investigations into the allies of former United States President Donald Trump, who they say trafficked in stolen information from his laptop, a dramatic shift in strategy for the president's son after years of GOP attacks. Meta soars by most in a decade, adding $100 billion in value. Meta's stock surged on Thursday after the company reported better than expected earnings, said it would buy back billions of dollars in its stock, and overcame a court challenge to its ambitions in the so-called metaverse. A Brazilian senator says former Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro tried to coerce him into staging a coup attempt. A Brazilian senator on Thursday said that a close ally of the former Brazilian president, Jair Bolsonaro, attempted to persuade the senator to join a conspiracy to overturn the far-right leader's electoral loss last year. Space station astronauts finished preps for the next pair of new solar arrays. Continuing work left over from a spacewalk just last month, astronauts Nicole Mann and Koichi Wakata headed outside the International Space Station on Thursday to finish installing a mounting bracket for new solar arrays due to arrive at the complex on a space station resupply mission that takes place in June. Archaeologists find a 5,000-year-old tavern in Iraq with the refrigerator still intact. A 5,000-year-old tavern with an open-air dining area and a partial kitchen was uncovered by a team of archaeologists from the Penn Museum in Iraq. Memphis police officer is in critical condition, one dead after a shooting at the library. One person is dead and a Memphis police officer is, quote, in extremely critical condition following a shooting that happened Thursday afternoon at the popular White Station Library in East Memphis, police have said. Okay, everyone, those were your news headlines for today. As always, all of the links for these articles I've covered, I'll put in the video's description. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Also, if you want more news, you can visit my website at bcbegley.com, and I will see everybody for even more news headlines tomorrow.